Rama Rama Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare.
Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Hare, everybody together. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Okay. Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare, Hare Krishna, Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare Krishna. Many of you picked up, very good. Om Ajnana Timirandasya Jnananjana Shalakaya Chakshuvunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Namo Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Prasthaya Bhutale Shrimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshatarine Vancha Kalpatarubhyascha Dupa Sindubhya Evacha Patitanam Pavanebhyo Vaishnavebhyo Namo Namaha. Jaya Sri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda. Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Today I am planning to do a very interesting topic, association. I made a nice notes which you all can see. Is it coming there? Coming? Okay. Is it big enough for you? Is it big enough? Okay. It's very small, it is, huh? Or I can make it, I'll make it a little bigger for you. 1 minute. Now it is better? So I'm speaking on the topic of association of devotees today. Why? I feel all of you were little children in the home, growing gradually, but now you have become boys. Very soon you will go to intermediate college and then to engineering or medical or chartered accountancy or law or something like that. So how many of you are already above 9th standard? See, good number of you. Yeah. So therefore I felt this topic is a good topic. Generally beyond 8th, 9th, you get in close touch with peer association more. So there's certainly going to be many interactions with other classmates which you may have. So it's very valuable. See, when we talk about association, it's not that you travel in the same bus or travel in the same car and you're touching each other. Therefore, it is association. It's not like that. Association actually means that you open your mind, open your heart, you honestly hear, you ask some question, and you are putting faith in the person, putting trust in the person. Then it is called association. So, otherwise simply, Bhaktivinoda Thakur says that, bathing in the same ghat or traveling in the same boat is not association. He says, in train, how many of you experience? You are sitting next to each other, but you don't talk to that fellow and he doesn't talk to you. You don't know who he is and he doesn't know who. Correct? It is said, Nikatastopi Duram. It is, Chanakya says. Nikatastopi means although he is next to you, physically you may be next to each other, but you don't connect with them. Correct, no? It's a very short, short-lived connection, and it's only for the travels you are with somebody. So that is not association. Only when you open your heart to somebody, ask somebody a question, I don't know about this, can you please tell me? And they speak to you, and you develop faith in their words, and also you put trust in them. That is called association. See, when we talk about good and bad association, I've given some example here. The biggest mistake a king did was to make friendship with one monkey. It's not good to make friendship with any foolish person. So the king told the monkey, I'm going to sleep now. Please take care of take care that nobody comes to disturb me. And the monkey said, okay, no, don't worry. So he took the sword of the king in the hand and moved around the room, chasing after a mosquito, so that the mosquito won't disturb the king. At last, the mosquito went round and round and then sat in the nose of the king. As soon as he sat in the nose of the king, immediately the monkey thought, oh, now the mosquito is going to bite the king. I should stop him. So he lifted the sword and brought it down. You can imagine what must have happened. So, that is actually the danger of having bad association or associating with people who can be very harmful. Like for example, of course, I've written an example here when I was going to one hostel to give room to room Bhagavad Gitas. One boy already had a Bhagavad Gita. He said, my parents are devotees. I have a copy of Bhagavad Gita as it is. That's what I'm reading now. I have some question in the 6th chapter. Can you please answer me? Like that directly asked me when I went into one of the rooms. He was a devotee's son. On the other hand, when I went to the next room, so this boy was reading a Gita. He was worshipping Krishna right in front of his table. So he was worshipping Krishna with agarbatti. The next room, I went to a boy's room, and he was watching a movie and smoking a cigarette. It's just the next room. They are neighbors. So why I have given this example? Because you will see that in this world there are different types of people. Some people are in tamaguna, some are in rajoguna, some are in sattoguna. So generally you will find there are birds which flock together, which are of the same family. Birds of the same feather flock together. Correct, now we say that. Like you look at the two birds, Kakajan and Hansajan. You say. Kaka means crow. Hans means, yeah. Who knows what does the crow do, what does Hans do? They are just the opposite. Yeah. Swan stays in water. Clean water, yeah. It stays in clean waters. Mic, there's no mic, It's working. Mic is on? Yeah.
Crows scavenge food.
Yeah. So crows will be sitting on a kachal dabba, where they put the dustbin, and it pulls out some dead rats, nasty things it pulls out. In fact, when we are walking on the road, when there is a dustbin, we plug our nose, isn't it? Have you seen a dustbin, dirty things carrying truck? When the truck is passing by, you get a nasty smell. You plug your nose. But although you plug your nose, crow likes that place very much. He sits there, enjoys that place. On the other hand, swans, they live in very clean environment. Yeah, they drink pure milk. Like if you give milk and water, they will remove the water. They have some acid in the mouth. They spit it, and then the water it becomes like paneer. It pulls out the milk and takes only milk. Water it leaves behind. That's called Anna Pakshi. So now, why did I compare the swan and crow? Devotees of the Lord are compared to the swans. Why? Because in this world, they will take good things in the world. Bad things they will leave behind. Saragrahi, you say. What is good, they take it. Other things they will leave. Like you go to a garden, you find roses in the morning. You want to offer to the Lord. But there are also a lot of thorny bushes in which rose is born. Correct, no? Yeah. Like this one. So what do? You pluck the rose carefully without getting hurt by the thorns. Correct? Similarly, when you go to the school or college, you should know how to take the good in wherever you find it. Vishadapi amritam grachyam amedyadapi kanchanam, like that Chanakya says. Say you go to the lavatory, you are sitting in the commode, suddenly your gold ring falls into the commode, into the stool, the middle of the stool. Will you take it out or not? You won't take it out. You leave it. So gold ring is 5 lakh rupees. Yeah, we'll take it out right now. So if you put up a hand, we feel uneasy. But you take out, immediately you wash it, and then you wash your hand with soap, correct? No? Yeah. Because gold is good, stool is bad. So you take the gold, but you leave the stool. That is called Ramedyadapi Kanchanam. Similarly, when you are living in the material world, you have to be like Anna Pakshi. Take only the good and leave the bad. Yes to Krishna, no to Maya. Correct? No? You should be able to do that. So, one requires that expertise. That is Anna Pakshi. Swans are like that. On the other hand, crow, what does it take? All dirty things it takes. The crow meddles with the dustbin. It's the nasty condition. So, this is not only with these two birds, crow and swan. This is also to do with the people. Can any of you say which type of people are compared to crows? Anybody? Take the mic.
Poor people.
Poor people? No. Why poor people should be called as... Get the mic, man.
Like other people, like rich people call poor people like crows.
But who is... No, when you talk about the crow, I told you the quality of crow.
Oh.
What does the crow do? What does the crow does? It just takes out dustbin,
dirty stuff
and all that. So in this world, which people are compared to crows?
Crow can be compared with those who eat meat, onion, garlic.
Okay, those who eat meat.
And the swan can be compared to people who are pure vegetarian, do not eat onion, garlic, do not do intoxication.
Okay, so he is comparing them to eatable. That is, those who eat clean stuff like vegetarian food or Krishna Prasadam, avoid onion, garlic and all those good, they eat clean food. And the other category of people, they eat meat, fish, eggs, crabs, cockroaches, snake noodles, cockroach roast, everything, all dirty things they eat. Okay. One thing is based on eatability as well. That's a very good thing. Yeah. Thank you.
Babaji, crows are like the people who only look at the bad in the people. They look down upon people, condescending people.
Okay. So he is saying crow-like people are people who ill-treat others. Okay. And swan-like people?
They always uplift others. They try to look.
They are appreciative. They see the good in others. Okay. Thank you. What else?
So the crows are related to the people who do bad things, all the bad habits, and swan are the people who do good things and the good habits.
Now he is bringing the topic of habits. Like for example, you can say that the crow-like people are those who drink, who smoke, who watch dirty adult movies. They treat women as object of only enjoyment, and they ill-treat others. And they get into all kinds of habits that degrade the soul, degrade the mind also. Such kinds of people are compared to crows, that is true. For example, once I was going in the train, so there was a man lying in the berth in the top. So he purchased a bunch of 10 Time Pass magazines. You know what is Time Pass magazine? In India, Time Pass means cinema magazines. And all those cinema magazines are full of women not wearing proper dress. One piece, two piece, three piece, something like that, wearing dress, very nude pictures and everything. So he purchased a bulb. And all the journey I saw, he was watching that. Flipping through the pages and watching dirty pictures, watching. So this is the example of crow taking out dirty things. Correct now? So his focus is on impure things. The kind of magazines they read, the kind of movies they watch, the kind of eatables that he was selling, food, or even the drinks and smoke and drugs and tobacco and all that, Actually, tobacco, if you go to the field, tobacco smells so bad, even donkey runs very fast near the tobacco field. Even it cannot tolerate the smell. But that is the tobacco which is used for making cigarettes. Yeah, with that they make it. Only man can consume it. And he sucks inside also. Not only he blows it. Okay, so that is a crow-like people versus habits you are selling. Correct, no? That's a very good point. So good habits. So in good habits you can also include these 4 things. No illicit sex, no meat eating, no forms of intoxication, and no gambling. So anybody knows what is opposite to illicit sex is pure habit is cleanliness. Clean. And what is opposite of intoxication? Austerity. Austerity. Austerity means voluntarily giving up such kind of stuff as smoking, drinking, drugs, tobacco and all that. And what is opposite to meat eating? Mercy. Mercy. Not killing the goat, killing the chicken and all that. And what is opposite of gambling? Yeah. What is it? I can't hear.
No cheating propensity.
That is true, no cheating. So positively, what would you say? Pius is saying, answer is truthfulness. So let us remember this match formula, M-A-T-C-H. Okay? All of you repeat, M for mercy, and that is against meat eating. A for austerity, that is against intoxication. T for truthfulness, that is against gambling. And C for cleanliness. C for cleanliness. And that is opposed to illicit sex. Illicit sex means sex before marriage or sex outside marriage. Like Ravana tried to take away somebody's wife. That is illicit sex. Or somebody is not married, they are just living together. Live-in relationships. That is illicit. Shastra says both should be given up. And and then H for holy name. M-A-T-C-H. It's clear? So, that means those who follow these 4 principles, M-A-T-C, they are called the Swan class. Those who break these 4 and indulge in sinful activities, they are called crow class. That's clear now? Yeah. So, he told about food habits. He told about the type of food we eat. He told about the habits. And I added one more thing, which is like cinema magazines or porn videos or adult videos and things which are polluting to mind. So those things are all crow class. Yeah. And then Swan class means Bhagavad Gita. Sorry, opposed to that, correct, no? Bhagavad Gita, Srimad Bhagavatam, Ramayana, Mahabharata. Such kinds of this thing, correct, no? So, now you got an idea about crow class and Swan class. See, I have written here examples. There are great leaders who got good association, and there are other leaders who got bad association. See, I have given, you're able to see this? This too. So, anybody knows what good association Gandhi got? Mike?
Karna, Duryodhana, they're all part of pastime, and it's told in scripture that who and Mahabharata all went back to Golaka in the end, right?
But even if they go back also, okay, I'll tell you for example, say you are doing a Ramayana drama in your school. Now in the green room, Ravana and Rama may be friends. They'll be talking. But once you come to the stage, Rama is killing Ravana. Correct, no? So we should not talk about the green room. And that in drama, green room, nobody minds who is who. Whereas once you come on the stage, that is the place from where you have to learn lessons. From Karna, Duryodhana, Kamsa, Ravana, we should learn what not to do. And from Gandhi, Ashoka, we should learn what to do. Correct, no? Okay, what good association Gandhi got? Anybody knows? Yeah? Yeah.
Prabhupada sent him a letter.
Yeah, that is true. And he didn't respond to that letter somehow. Yeah.
He read the Bhagavad Gita daily and he used to
Yeah, and
practice.
then he read Bhagavad Gita and also he did Kirtan in his meetings. And also he saw Ramayana drama. Huh? And he was completely moved when he was a 5th standard boy. Yeah.
Prabhuji, I saw a clip where Prabhupada was saying that Gandhi is a fool because he's bringing peace and politics, which cannot happen. So
That Prabhupada talks in terms of Gandhi trying to adopt the principle of non-violence everywhere. Gandhi said, when the British people are bringing guns, we will go without any guns, without any weapons. We'll go and stand in front of them, do whatever you want to us, because we follow non-violence. Prabhupada said that will not work. They will just take the gun and shoot you. Correct, no? So, Prabhupada said you are falsely applying. Violence also is necessary. Sometimes. If somebody is trying to misbehave with your sister, you will have to use violence to slap that fellow. So, that's what Prabhupada said he was foolish. But Prabhupada appreciated Gandhi's character. Gandhi is some devotion to Rama, and he is reading from Gita and doing Kirtan in the meetings, beginning and end. All that he appreciated. So, Gandhi got that. And then King Ashoka, he was inspired by whom? Buddha. Inspired by Buddha, he spread Buddhism all over the country at the time. And Yudhishthira, even he had Dhaumya Rishi as his guru. Similarly, we have Chandragupta Maurya. Who guided him? Chanakya. Yeah. Vasishtha was guiding Dasharatha. Correct, now you will see that. You take a character, say Shivaji Maharaj. He was guided by whom? Samartha Ramdas. You will see behind every great king, there is always some saintly association. See, Raja means Rajoguna, passion. And Rishi means who? Rishi? Rishi means who? Yes? Can you give him mic?
Saint or a sage. Or a sage.
Sage, yeah, sage. And the meaning of the word Rishi means the sage who is always thinking of the welfare of the world. They are always thinking, Sarve Janaha Sukhino Bhavantu. How to keep all the people of the world in Krishna consciousness happy. They are called Rishi people. So Raja Rishi means what? A passionate king guided by a Rishi. Rishis are in which guna? Anybody? Sattva guna, yeah. So what happens when Sattva guna guides Rajoguna? Like Rishi is guiding the king. What happens? Anybody? Yeah. When a Sattvic Rishi is guiding a king with Rajoguna, what happens? Yeah, yes. Yeah.
It's a peaceful kingdom and where there are no troubles for the citizens.
Okay, he's saying it's a peaceful kingdom.
Everyone is
Citizens are free from troubles.
King makes better decisions, good decision making.
Yeah, king makes good decisions because he's guided. That is true, yeah. What else?
he does not let his people go in the wrong route of
Correct.
adharma.
Dharma. So king upholds dharma. He walks the path of God. He does what the Rishi teaches. So he protects the cows, protects women. He also arranges the temples where all people can come and worship. And he curbs the evil elements like thieves and rogues, keeps them under control. He gives dharma to all the people. So the kings were guided in the Vedic times by rishis, like that. Good association. But if the king gets bad association, what will happen? That is example given.
The
Duryodhana.
kingdom's gonna be destroyed.
Yeah. Duryodhana, Karna, Kamsa, Ravana. Everybody. Each of them. Let us see who got whose association. Duryodhana got what bad association? Anybody? Take the mic.
His uncle,
Who is that?
Shakuni.
Yeah. Correct, yes, Shakuni. Correct, that's true. And Karna got what bad association? Karna.
Duryodhana.
Yes. Dhritarashtra, Duryodhana, Dushasana, all those people. Duryodhana was his close friend, so Karna got very bad association. Very bad scripts. And Kamsa, anybody knows? Kamsa had many bad associations. Like, his wives were daughters of Jarasandha. And he was Jarasandha Mama Guru, he says. Jarasandha is like a Guruji. He was Jarasandha's disciple, he says. And he also had bad ministers also, who were always, they were always yes men. Do whatever nonsense you do and you clap hands. Go on, like that. Ministers, yes men. So very bad. And he got all Agasura, Bakasura, Putana, Trinavartha, they all became Asuras in his court. They were sitting always. He got bad association, And Ravana?
His Surpanaka.
Shepnaka was his sister,
His mother.
What?
His mother. His mother.
His father,
His mother. His mother.
Yeah, why, what bad happened?
He enticed jealousy into him that his stepbrother Kuvera had more the chariot and like a bit more than him. So he basically wanted to. She wanted him to like basically become more powerful than his stepbrother.
Exactly. See, therefore we all get association from mother, father, grandmother, grandfather, friends, books, movies, all these things, they influence our way of thinking, speaking, acting. His mother, like Suruchi and Suniti, who was a good mother? Suniti. Because Suruchi was envious mother. She wanted her son to sit and Dhruva not to sit. Whereas Suniti, very humble, she told Dhruva not to fight with stepmother. And she told him to go to Vishnu and worship Vishnu. You see that. So, therefore there are bad mothers, there are good mothers also. Good mother is a devotee. Bad mother instills envy. Correctly he said that point. Ravana's mother instilled envy. Like Dhritarashtra, married Gandhari. Correct, no? She also blindfolded herself. So one time Vedavyas gave her a boon that I bless you that you will get 100 sons. Like that. She was waiting. At that time she got the news from the forest that Pandu and Kunti, they got 3 children. And then Pandu and Madhuri, they got 2 more. So Pancha Pandavas are born. At that time she became very angry. You know what she did? Anybody knows? She hit her stomach very forcefully. She said, what is the use? I wanted my sons to take first birth. But they are not yet born. And Pandavas are born. So what is the use? So she hit the belly. At that time, what came out of her womb was a big lump of flesh. Later on, Vedavyas came and said, alas, I blessed you that you will get 100 sons. Now you got a piece of flesh. Don't worry. I will arrange you to get 100 sons. So we cut it into 100 pieces and put it in one pot of ghee. Nowadays, they do this tissue culture. You know that? Tissue culture. Any of you have seen it? Tissue culture? If you take this much piece of flesh, you put it in a solution and you nurture it and culture it. Then it grows. 3 times, 4 times bigger it can grow. Plants also do, Stem cells, you heard of stem cells?
Scion.
Yeah. What's the difference between what these guys are doing, scientists, and what Vedavyas did? There's a big difference. These guys are taking a piece of flesh and just expanding it so that it can be used for patching up some place where you got accident. Whereas what Vedavyas did is even more evolved, very high. He took pieces of flesh and he invoked 100 souls to enter it. Correct, no? And then from each of the pot, one child was born. Who are they? Kauravas. And the head of the Kauravas, out of 100 children, eldest? Duryodhana. Yeah. So now you understand why Duryodhana became envious of the Pandavas. Because that was instilled in him by... See, that's how it comes. So he got bad association also on the mother's side. So we all can get good association, bad association. So it depends on you, how you take advantage of good association. This is a very good group of devotees, all of you sitting here. You can associate with each other and inspire one another and remain protected and remain pure. But you can't remain like this once you go to college, right? But you all are going to go to different places. And anyway, whenever you go to a place where there's a lot of bad association, you can do one thing. Instead of taking association, you give association. Correct, no? Like say you carry prasad to school. Another boy is bringing fish, meat and eggs. So if you give him your prasad, he says, I will give my prasad, my food. Can you accept? No. So you can clearly tell him, say, I don't eat non-vegetarian thing and all. If you give me a fruit, I can accept. Give me a banana or orange, I can accept. But what I have brought is prasad offered to Lord, it's mercy, please take it. That we can give. So you can give association instead of taking association. That you have to be very intelligent. Like many times atheistic people would make foolish arguments. Read Prabhupada's conversation. They will speak 1 or 2 lines and Prabhupada will speak a big paragraph. How many of you have seen it? Correct, no? Again they will say 1 or 2 sentences, Prabhupada will speak big. What Prabhupada said, anyway they are speaking nonsense, foolishness, wasting time. Let them hear something good about Krishna. So Prabhupada is taking association or giving association? It's giving. That we should be very intelligent. If you see that I don't have any, good boys in my class when I go to school or college, then find out the pious boys who don't know anything. Give them Krishna consciousness. Whatever you teach them, discover yourself, course. But now you're all learning the PPTs now. Now you can teach the same PPTs. Correct, no? To your friends and all. So that is actually called as, you don't have to isolate yourself, but insulate yourself. Anybody can tell me what is the difference between isolating and insulating?
Prabhuji, but like these days, like at higher grades, everyone's more judgmental than before. Like, let's say in 3rd grade, if anyone would like even try, everyone would be respectful. But now since like everyone's like 9th or 10th, they're already like, some people are respected, but others will just hate on it and like very judgmental. Like,
and such boys are there, but at least 10-20% of any class you go, you will find some good boys also. Just as all of you are there, like that in every class there are always some 10-20% good. So you can be choosy in whom you want to share. Instead of randomly going and speaking to anybody, you can be choosy. See, you should give someone who is willing to receive. Otherwise, why to give? Like one time I gave a cookie to a beggar and the beggar threw it away. I said, hey, you don't want? He said, what is so great about food? I get a lot of food, he said. I want coin. I asked, why do you want coin? To smoke, he said. So then nowadays I don't give cookie easily. When the beggar comes, I ask, see, this prasadam, will you take it? Will you eat it? He said, yes. Say Hare Krishna, this is Hare Krishna, then only I give. Otherwise they just throw it. Similarly, therefore, there's a saying in English, do not throw pearls to swine, it is said. Swine means pig. If you give pig diamond, you smell it. Oh, this is not stool. You leave the diamond and go and search for stool. But he doesn't know what is diamond. So give only people who are willing to receive. So you have to look out in your class, who are pious, who are inclined, who have spiritual inquiries.
Yes, so like these days, like even a lot of the Hindus don't know like their own religion, and other boys are obviously Christian or Muslim. Yeah. It's very hard to like even speak to Hindus about religion. They barely know anything of their own thing.
Therefore, we don't start with religion, we start with science. Or Discover Yourself is a scientific course. Like, we are talking about, evidence of God in an expanding universe. Correct, no? That's one. You all did that, you did that session? A for artistry, B for, D for design, best organizer, C for creator, D for designer. You did that already? Not yet. Then, yeah. First session. So that's very scientific session. Then there is science of soul. Very nice scientific session. And also Pratyaksha, Anumana, Shabda. So we have presented very nice PowerPoints. So even colleges, boys come with so many questions and all the questions are answered. Yeah. Instead of taking association, we can give association, especially to ignorant boys. But if some boy is already good, he also goes to ISKCON, he's a devotee, then he can take association also. We can come in good company. So here we are talking about, again we come back to that example of crow and swan, correct, no? So in this, those who are giving out bad association, they are like crows, like Mantara. She spoiled whom? And Shakuni, he spoiled? Like that. They have bad association. People who are in Rajaguna, Tamaguna, envious, insecure, and malicious, correct, no? They are like crow class. And the swan class is respectful, tolerant, humble, and always thinking of good welfare of others. That is swan class. Is that clear? Yeah. So please read that example, rainwater. You have to speak in the mic.
Rainwater touching ground becomes muddy. Bad sangha.
What is this mic? You keep the mic like this.
Pollutes us. Books.
Again, read it again.
Rainwater touching ground becomes muddy. Bad sangha pollutes us. Books, movies, songs, friends, etc.
Yeah. Like rainwater is pure when it comes from the sky, correct? When it touches ground, becomes muddy. So, of course, you can put in a desalination plant and clean it again. You can do that. Similarly, our mind is like that rainwater. It's pure. But when you connect with bad people, like, Kaikeyi was pure. But after hearing mantra, she became polluted. Did Kaikeyi love Ram or not before? She loved Ram. But after hearing from mantra, she sent Ram far away. Similarly, there were some devotee boys. When they were in their 7th or 8th standard, they were nice devotees at home, playing mridanga, wearing tilak, worshipping Jagannath at home. When they went to college, their friends polluted them. Their friends said, come, let's go to adult movies. Let us watch some Netflix. Let us roam with girls. Let us drink, let's smoke. So then they gave up everything. They became completely, they were devotee sons. Sometimes they became spoiled completely. Because it's like rainwater touching ground becomes muddy. So they became muddy. And they suffered also very badly. Many of them, when they get into bad association, nobody is happy. They are also not happy, parents are not happy, they create trouble for others also. So, it's up to you, what you want to do with your life. But those who are intelligent can take good association. Okay, another point I brought here. Devas versus... anybody can tell me what is the main difference between Devas and Asuras? Mike?
Devas associate with Vishnu or God, while Asuras associate...
Mike?
Asuras associate with demoniac people and are demoniac in nature.
No, Asuras are themselves demoniac and Devatas are divine, we call it. What is the main difference?
The Devas, they are in the service of the Lord, so that is good association. But then the demons or the Asuras, they disturb people who are in service of the Lord, like that.
They're envious of the Lord?
Yeah.
Okay. Yes.
The Devas, they have a proper guru who actually obeys the Supreme Lord like Brihaspati, whereas the demons, guru is full of envy because he's full of pride.
Shukracharya.
Yeah, Shukracharya.
Thank you. What else? Anybody else?
Both of their motives is different. Deva's motive is to serve the Lord and like give love to Lord, while Asuras is to gain power over the world and
Correct. So Asuras want to gain power and they want to trouble other living beings. They want to be at the top. They want to be like God at the top, and they want to control everybody. Hiranyakashipu wanted to be the God of the whole world. You know, he said, stop Om Namo Narayanaya. He said, chant Om Hiranyakashipu Nama. My name should be chanted. That was there. And he told the devatas like Agni, Varuna, Vayu, hey, all of you submit your resignation. They said, sir, then how will our department run? I will run it. Then they all asked, what are we supposed to do? You just clap hands. See how I am running and you clap hands. He completely micromanaged everybody. He wanted to take everything. He wanted control of the entire nature. Ekarat, it is said. Of course, he was like that for some period of time. After that, Vishnu came as Nasimha. Finished him after that. He is not the only one. You will see that Bali Maharaj wanted to be the Adipati of all the three loka, Adipati. Even Alexander expanded his kingdom all over the world. You see that. So there is a tendency in living beings to want to become God of others. Boss on a boss. You see, that the propensity. So Asuras are like that. But Devas actually want to serve the Lord, love the Lord and serve the Lord. Correct. Okay? That is good. But there is one very important difference between the two. Please all of you repeat. I'll tell you one small shloka. Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Daiva Asurastat Viparyayaha. What is the meaning of this, you know? Vishnu Bhakta Smrito Deva. The devatas are aligned with Vishnu. And Asuras are opposed to Vishnu. Like Vishnu says, take the cow, drink the milk of the cow. And then with the milk you can make dahi, butter, ghee. And ghee you can offer it in the sacrificial fire. And cow is a mother, take care. But what Asuras will do, they will slit the throat of the cow. They want to eat meat. You just do the opposite. Correct, no? Whatever devatas do, the Asuras want to do opposite. You will see they're socially different, culturally different. And in surrender to Vishnu, they are different. That's the main difference. If you want to know more about this divine and demoniac, you can go to the 16th chapter of the Gita, where you will read elaborately about divine qualities and demoniac qualities. Krishna will give. So I have given an example here. For divine, I have given Hanuman and Arjuna I have given, correct, no? They are on God's side. On the other side, Ravana, demoniac. Similarly, Duryodhana, demoniac. They will see, Duryodhana and Arjuna went to Dwaraka, but you will see, Duryodhana already in the mind, he already made up his mind to choose which one. Krishna or Narayanasena? Narayanasena. See? Why? Anybody can say why he chose that? Mike?
His army was the strongest in the world, which is like his army comprised a lot of people. Krishna, he undermined Krishna's strength and said that he was only one person. How much?
And that too, he won't lift weapon also.
Yeah.
So he was materially calculating. Materially. He thought that Krishna will not lift weapon. And what is the use? So I'll just show you one small. See what the heading is given here. Read it. Read.
A good mentor is worth an entire army.
Who is a good mentor?
Krishna.
Yeah. Such a battlefield. You know how Krishna motivated the depressed Arjuna. So, see, read that heading. No, who has the mic with you?
Leadership is not only about power but an ability to empower others.
So Krishna, did he take when Arjuna said, I won't fight, did Krishna take the bow and arrow from Arjuna and started fighting himself? No, instead he empowered Arjuna. He guided the Pandavas through tough times. He reminded Pandavas of the duty and object of life. See, Krishna saved the Pandavas from Durvasamani, correct now? From Akshay Patra, he took one grain and put in the mouth. And immediately all Durvasa and disciples were satisfied. You know the pastime? Everybody doesn't know? All of you know it, yeah. Here Krishna is telling Mayadana, make Kandaprastha into a beautiful city which will be named as Indraprastha, and make a very big palace for my Pandavas called as Maya Sabha. Big palace, amazing palace. So Krishna is always thinking how to benefit my devotees. In the right side picture, he is saving Pandavas from the wrath of Durvasa. Left side picture. The right side picture, he is asking Mayadanam to create Indraprastha and palace for the Pandavas. So Krishna is always thinking of, although he may not lift weapon, but he is Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct? No? He can bestow whatever he wants. See, Krishna will always come to meet the Pandavas and spend time with them. See here, what is Krishna's name? When he is driving the chariot? Parthasarathi. Did it?
Krishna arranged Bhima to kill the sinful Jarasandha and enthroned Jarasanda's son Sahadeva.
Yeah. So, although Krishna is the Lord, he doesn't sit in the throne himself. He kills Asuras and then he put his son Sahadeva, who was an obedient boy. He put him. Did it?
Krishna killed Kamsa and posted Ugrasena as the king.
Although he finished Kamsa, instead of taking Mathura himself, he gave it to Ugrasena. He told Ugrasena to go.
Krishna through Pandavas finished Kauravas and posted Yudhishthira, leader of Pandavas, as the king of the world.
Correct, no? So the whole world throne, Krishna gave it to Pandavas. He didn't want to sit himself. So you can see, wow, how amazing Lord. Yeah.
Krishna as Lord Narsimha killed the demon Hiranyakashipu and posted Prahlad as the king of the world.
Correct, no? When he killed the Hiranyakashipu, it's a beautiful picture, no? When he killed the Hiranyakashipu, he didn't accept the throne, he gave it to Prahlad. How kind Krishna is. Always, although he's the Sarvaloka Maheshwaram. Which verse is that? I'll have to repeat that. Bhoktaram yajna tapasam Sarvaloka Maheshwaram Suhridam Sarva Bhutanam Nyatva Mam Shanti Vrachati. Sarvaloka Maheshwaram means I am the master of all the worlds, millions of universes. But here he is giving throne to different devotees. Read it.
Thus, Krishna is a kingmaker who protects virtue and destroys vice for all-round welfare of the whole universe.
He is the empowering leader, kingmaker. He destroys vice and protects virtue. Paritranaya sadhuna vinashaya cha dushkritam dharma samsthapanarthaya sambhavami yuge yuge. Anybody know the meaning of this verse? Yes, you know the meaning? He says, Paripranaya sadhunam, to protect my devotees, Vinashaya cha dushkritam, to destroy the non-devotees and asuras. Dharma samsthapanarthaya, to re-establish dharmaya. Sambhavami yuge, every yuga I come. Like that he says. So, we can ask the question, am I an empowering leader like Krishna? Or do I fear the growth of my subordinates? Here you see, he gave guidance to Pandavas, he gave support to Pandavas, he gave motivation to the depressed Arjuna. Correct or not, isn't it? He is a great master of communication. See, we appreciate these great leaders because of their ability to empower others. But you will see how Krishna empowered, you will see. Strategy means, read that.
It's not about having the best people, material, system, process.
Where is it coming from? Yeah, please.
Oh, the title. Oh, okay. Strategy means utilizing the right tool or person at the right time.
And
It's
Krishna taught the strategy in the battle for Arjuna. For example, strategy means same thing. Now here you see, same thing.
same thing.
The Chakravyuha. You're saying, yeah. Now read that.
Abhimanyu was to return to his father, Soma, after attaining 16 years. So, Krishna planned to utilize him to save Yudhishthira from Chakravyuha and then go to Soma.
Correct, no? People ask why Abhimanyu died in the battle. Because Abhimanyu is Soma's son. Actually, Abhimanyu is Abhimanyu Soma. So here, Krishna had promised the moon god that as soon as Abhimanyu becomes 16, I will give him back to you. So at the age of 16, Abhimanyu was to die in the battle and go back to his father. So, but Krishna used him strategically to break the Chakravyuha. Correct or not? Isn't it? So he is a great strategist. See, during war,
Abhimanyu and Ghatotkacha both died. However, they served a greater purpose.
yeah. Although these two people died, but Pandavas could get great help from these two people. Lord Krishna
wanted Ghatotkacha to fight with Karna. So in order to stop Ghatotkacha, Karna had no option but to use his only Shakti Astra, which he had kept to use on Arjuna.
Correct, no? So Arjuna was saved because Karna used it for Gadotkaja. That is Krishna's strategy. Yeah. So this is for company people and managers and leaders. This is very helpful. 6 hacks. That means engaging the right person for the right this thing. Yeah. So it goes on like this. But the point is, this is the point. A good mentor is worth an entire army. You see, I either have my Narayana Sena or have me on your side, but I will not become arms. So Lord Krishna told Duryodhana and Arjuna, see, where is Arjuna? He is at the feet of Krishna. Where is Duryodhana? Which means he is a business-minded fellow. He is just coming to get what he wants from Krishna. He doesn't want Krishna. So, but Arjuna wanted Krishna, correct, no? See, what you do, yellow one of you read it. And this, that side is Arjuna, this side is Duryodhana. Okay?
My victory is only in his company. Yeah.
That's right. For all the yellow bar.
He is Parabrahma and purest. I want Krishna, not his energies. Krishna is my Lord and friend. His friendship alone is enough for me.
This is the mood of
Arjuna.
Yeah. This side, somebody with strong voice should read it. This Duryodhana.
What is the use of Krishna, who will not fight? Foolish Arjuna chose Krishna. 10,000 Narayani Sena warriors is a good count. I am really smart to get that Sena. Now considering my power, Pandavas are doomed.
This was whose mentality?
Duryodhana's.
How many of you are able to clearly see difference between the two? You are able to see? Yeah. So, Duryodhana depended on his crooked plans, whereas Arjuna depended on Krishna's guidance. Arjuna was sympathetic even to Kauravas, whereas Duryodhana was very crooked. You can see that. So now Duryodhana chose Lord Krishna's large Narayani Sena. Arjuna chose Krishna. Why Arjuna chose Krishna? Again,
he needed Lord Krishna as a guide, friend, mentor, and philosopher.
Yes. This is all Krishna gave him. See here. Supreme army without an efficient leader or a mentor or leader who could guide you through all kinds of problems. Correct, no? Out of the two, Arjuna chose this. Tatashtankascha bheryascha panavanaka gomukaha sahasaiva abhyahanyanta tumulo abhyananadayan. Thereafter, everyone started blowing their conch shells and bugles. And then they will also, the shank also will blow. All the sounds are made in the battlefield. Tadashvetairyukte mahate syandane stithau madava pandavaschaiva divyau shankhau pradadmatuhu. See, the word divyau is used there. Why divyau? Because the conch shell of Krishna and Arjuna is called divine. Why divine? Because the purpose is divine. The purpose of battle is dharma yuddha. Correct, no? Whereas Duryodhana had no dharma yuddha. He wanted only to be the sense gratifying enjoyer, sense gratifier. See, there are 9 signs of victory for Pandavas. One of you can read one. The first one.
Krishna's personal presence confirms victory, Jaya.
Yeah, Jayastu Pandaputrana, Yesham Pakshe Janardana. Correct, no? That is the first. Krishna's presence itself is victory. Second one, somebody else? Another devotee. Take the mic.
Goddess of fortune, Lakshmi.
Yeah.
Whenever and wherever the Lord is present, the goddess of fortune is also there. She never lives without her husband. Therefore, Lord fortune is guaranteed.
See, in Krishna's chest there is a golden hair. That is a place for Lakshmi to reside. Sometimes she is inside there, other times she is massaging the feet of Narayana. Correct, no? So that means Krishna is present, Lakshmi is also present. Okay.
Venue. Kurukshetra is a holy place. Effect of holy place on the war.
See, because the place is holy, the place is going to favor whom? Kauravas or Pandavas? Why? They follow the holy path, correct, no? Yeah, that's true.
Fourth, Hanuman on Arjuna's flag. Hanumanji also helped Lord Rama in gaining victory 1.20.
Yeah, already Hanuman had, fought the battle against Ravana, correct, no? Now, the same Hanuman is sitting in the flag and giving a war cry and frightening the Kauravas like that because Bhima requested him. Hanuman agreed to come. So, that is also a sign because Hanuman is a very powerful, mighty devotee and taking his blessing, Arjuna is fighting. Next.
Symbol of Vishnu. Conch. Conch is a symbol of Vishnu. This is indirectly indicated by Bhishma and Pandava's conches.
Yeah. So, and especially conch itself is used by Vishnu to touch Dhruva's head. Correct, no? By which he empowered Dhruva. Correct? Sometimes Lord Vishnu blows conch also. Krishna blows conch when he enters Dwaraka. Or Vishnu touches the head of this thing. Okay, next one.
Transcendental conch shells, divine conch shells. Krishna and Arjuna's conch shells mentioned as divya, transcendental.
That is, therefore, when they blew the shank, it is said, Nabascha Prithvim Chaya. No, not that one. The another verse. Hridayani Vyadarayat, it is said. Hridayani Vyadarayat means Kaurava side people's hearts were shattered when Arjuna and Krishna blew the conch shell. Whereas when Duryodhana and company, when they blew conch shell, nothing happened to Pandavas. Correct, no? Therefore, this Divya Shankar. Yes. 7.
Bhishma's conch shell to pacify Duryodhana.
Yeah. Bhishma played the conch shell loudly just to tell Duryodhana, okay, I will do my part, don't worry. Yeah. But Bhishma also had a soft corner for Pandavas. And Bhishma is also a pure devotee of Krishna. That's advantage only for the Pandavas. Yes.
Agnideva's chariot given to Arjuna, capable of conquering all directions.
See, Agnidev gave chariot, Indra gave the horses. And Hanuman is sitting in the flag. Lakshmi is sitting in the chest of Krishna. So everything was auspicious for Arjuna. Yes.
Shattering of hearts. Conch shells of Pandavas shattered Kaurava's hearts. Pandavas' hearts not shattered
Because
of confidence of taking the shelter of Lord Krishna.
Yeah, in this way, Pandavas already had the signs of victory. Sambandha mazboot to hum mazboot. Isn't it? So, Pandavas had a very pakka sambandh, that too with the Supreme Personality of Godhead. Correct, no? Therefore, in association also, if you have a very mazboot association with good devotees, then even though you may go out in the world, you will not get spoiled. See, if you take milk and add some water to it, it becomes thin. You have seen that? Imagine 1 glass of milk you take, 10 glass of water you add, what will happen? Very diluted. Diluted. Hardly can see milk. Now convert the milk into butter and put it in a big vessel of water, of 10 glass water. Will the butter mix with the water? It will always remain alone. So by chanting sadhana, Hare Krishna, you have to make your heart, which is currently like milk, you have to make it like butter. That is the purpose of sadhana. Sadhana will make you internally very strong. Like Haridas Thakur is chanting, prostitute is coming and she is trying to pollute his character in the dead of the night. But his heart is like butter. He is unshaken and determined. On the other hand, look at Vishwamitra is sitting, Menaka is coming. So who is like milk, who is like butter? Vishwamitra is like, his heart is only like milk. He got diluted in his spiritual strength. And Haridas Thakur, butter, very strong. So that's why, because he had a very strong connection with the Lord through the holy name. See here, Karna and Shalya, they had an angry mood. And Shalya wanted to tell Karna, see this side, see, this side is Karna Arjuna, Krishna Arjuna, here Karna and Shalya. So which relationship was a trusting relation, which was a rusting relation? Correct, no? How it is, I will tell you. Karna wanted to kill Arjuna with one Nagastra. The name of the Nagastra is called Ashwasena. So he took it and kept it. As soon as he kept it, the Hara was immediately sad when he kept. Because Ashwasena, I'll tell you why. Shalya told Karna, I will give you one suggestion. While killing Arjuna, don't aim at the neck, aim at the chest. Like that he said. So, Arjuna asked, Karna asked Shalya back, who are you to advise? You are just my driver, shut up your mouth, like that he said. So, Shalya felt very bad. He said, do you think I am a chariot driver? I am king of Madras. In those days, Madras means Tamil Nadu and Andhra and Telangana put together. Called Madras in those days. I am king, but I have come in this battle. Duryodhana requested me to become your charioteer. But you are insulting me. So that relationship became little strained by such talks. Then when Karna aimed, arrow came towards Arjuna and it took off the mukut of Arjuna. And the mukut fell on the ground. And all the diamonds in the mukut got scattered away. And Arjuna felt ashamed. He told Krishna, my dear Krishna, why didn't you drive the chariot properly? Look at my mukut is on the ground. People will laugh at me. I only have the hair now. Krishna said, your head must be lying on the ground now. But I pushed the chariot 1 feet down. Do you know that? Yeah, sir. Arjuna was shocked. Folded the palms and told the Lord, my dear Lord, what all dangers await me, I don't know. It is only by your grace that I am surviving this battle. So Arjuna's and Krishna's relationship became more thick by this. In the meantime, the Ashwasena again went and sat in the quiver of Karna. And he gave signal to Karna's brain. Psst, 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 like that. And Karna was saying, hey, who is that making sounds? Ashwasena spoke now to Karna. Hey, foolish Karna, you missed the target. Use me again, I'll help you. Like that he said. And Karna asked, who are you? He picked him up and asked, who are you? He said, I am Ashwasena. I am son of Takshaka. And Arjuna is my enemy. So, because in the Kandaprastha forest, while going round and round and creating fire, Arjuna killed many of the demons, correct? At the time, Takshaka was out of station. So Takshaka's mother got burned in the fire, So he was very angry with Arjuna. So I wanted to hit Arjuna, first target you missed. Use me second time, I will finish him. And Karna said, hey, you are going to help me? You think I am depending on you? You fool, get lost. He threw away the arrow. He didn't want it. And Krishna laughed and told Arjuna, Arjuna, Karna's ego has saved your head second time. He told. So Karna did not use Ashwasena for the second time due to ego. And he also spoke with egoistic manner with whom? Shalya. Shalya told one story. He said, once upon a time there was one rich Brahman. His children were all very plumpy and hefty, very rich Brahman he was. They were eating all this badam, pista, kaju, kismis and dates and all that. They were eating all those things, very rich people, family people. And these children would throw such things behind the house. Can you imagine? They were throwing cashew nuts and pista and badam and all these things behind the house. So one crow used to go there and eat those things. And he ate and became a very plumpy crow. He also. So one day this crow came to other crows and said, we Kakajan are the best people in the world. I'll show you how. And the crow went round and round in the sky and went up, went down, did lot of gymnastics in the air. And all the other crows are clapping hands. And then the crow saw two swans sitting on a treetop. Crow flew to them and said, hey swans, what are you watching? If you have guts, come with me, let us have a competition, he said. And the swans were very calm. They were just watching. They said, okay, what type of competition? It's a flying competition. Come, let's fly together. Let us see who can fly farther and farther. So they flew. So two swans flew like this, and crow flew in between. But the swans, you must have observed, they just move the wings 2 times, cluck, cluck, like this, and then they glide. You see that? Smoothly like this. But crow had to fly several times doing like this. You have seen that? Doing wings always like this. And the swan started flying over the ocean. And the crow flew some distance and he got very tired. Came down. And then his beak started touching the water. And the swan said, hey, this fellow is going to drown. You should help him. By the time the swans came, the crow was already in the water. Practically whole body drenched. Mouth drank a lot of water. So the two swans with their beaks, they picked him up, brought him to the seashore, and they pumped his belly. They pushed his belly and all the water came out. The crow was saved. So this story was told by Shalya to Karna and told, foolish Karna, you are that cock, he told him. You are that crow. And who is Duryodhan? The family and children who fed cashew nuts, badam, pista, all that people, Duryodhana. So you are pampered by Duryodhana, so your ego has become very fat. And who are those two swans? Hansajan? They're like Pandavas. They are like Pandavas. They are noble souls, they are humble souls. They are devotees of Krishna. But you are very proud. So I am leaving the battle, he said. And then Shalya left and went. So you want rusting relation or trusting relation? So like this you will see. Read that quickly.
Nakula was known for his expertise in medicine. Sahadev was known for his expertise in astrology. Because of their continuous support, their army was able to sustain on the battlefield against huge Kaurava Sena.
Yeah.
They treated all injured soldiers and healed their wounds.
Yeah. So in this way, although they were younger ones, they were not neglected. They had their service. Correct, no? So Krishna is a very empowering leader. Yeah.
Each department has, neglect none. Each department has their own role to play in building a healthy and growing organization, and in the market, companies should give equal importance to all the departments.
Correct, no? Yeah, by giving equal, like for example, you see the finance, HR, research and development, marketing, every department, a company can give importance. Actually, these are all seminars for the corporate people, lessons they can learn from Krishna. How Krishna is a very exalted Lord. He's a supreme mentor. The whole world can learn from him. So, see, we'll complete with this one. Devas, Asuras, you all have understood. Correct, no? Divine and demonia. And I have given two words, materialist and spiritualist. See here. This is materialist. Correct, no? And see, this is spiritualist. So these two names represent similar people. Spiritualist is close to which one? Divine or demoniac? Divine. And materialist? So I given list of names. Who knows about Charvak Muni? Anybody knows? Heard about Charvak? See, Charvak was a very big atheist in the Vedic times. Which means in Vedic times also there were atheistic people. It's not that only now big atheistic scientists have come. So this fellow, what is his formula? You know what he says? Rinam kritva gritam pibet yavad jivet sukam jivet basmin bhutasya dehasya kutah punaragamano bhavet. You know what he's saying? Hare, get ghee by begging, borrowing or stealing, he's telling. And cook very nice items in ghee. And eat to your heart's content. And spend your life very joyfully. Who knows what will happen after death? Just eat, drink and be merry, like that he is saying. This fellow, Charvak. So, that means Charvak is only a materialist. He is thinking of how to lead a happy material life. He doesn't have any understanding of knowledge of Punarjanma, future, correct, no? Similarly, we have Darwin, Dawkins, Stephen Hawking, Ravana, Kamsa, Hitler. So, these are all called false Mahajans. Why we are giving the name Mahajan to them? Because they are also heroes for some people. They have their fan following, correct, no? Admirers they have. But what is the prerogative of these people? They are blasphemers, they are anti-God, they are envious of God, they are trying to keep God aside and give a materialistic description of the world without God, correct, no? You understand, no? On the other hand, the spiritual side, Einstein, Benjamin Franklin, Newton, in our device course, I have quoted many quotes from these people. Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Bhaktivinoda Thakur, Prabhupada. And also we have Swayambhu, Radheshyam, Kumara, Kapilo, Manu, Prahalado, Janako, Bhishmo, Bali, Vaiyasakeva. Anybody knows 12 Mahajans? You heard about it? Who is Swayambhu? No, this Swayambhu is Brahma. Swayambhu is Brahma himself. Narada, you all know. Shambhu, Shivaya. Kumaras,
The four Kumaras.
Kapila, Devahoti Putra. Devahoti Putra Kapila. Kapila. Manu, Swayambhu Manu. Swayambhu Manu. Prahalad, you all know. Prahalad is Janak Maharaj, Sita's father. Janako, Bhishma, you know Bhishma. Bali Maharaj. And Vaiyasaki is Shukadeva Goswami. And Vayam means Yamaraj. So these are 12 Mahajans. So they are all true Mahajans. So now you have a choice in your life. Which Mahajans to follow? True Mahajans or false Mahajans? If you follow true Mahajans, you will become like a swan. If you follow false Mahajans, you become like a crow. Because like true Mahajans, their goal is no God, three things. All of you repeat. Acceptance of God, alignment with God, acting for the pleasure of God. And that is true Mahajans. False Mahajans, they do the opposite. Instead of accepting God, they accept themselves as God. We are the center of the world. Like that. And alignment with God, they don't follow scriptures. They follow cinema magazines. They have sports star. And they have their atheistic books, atheistic theories. That's what they follow. And acting for the pleasure of God instead of that what they say, just eat, drink and be merry. Yeah. And die one day. They don't have any philosophy beyond that. So that's it, they're Kakajan right now. So this section we have finished today. What is good and bad association? Very thoroughly understood. Kakajan, Hansajan. And you also understood what is association. So you have to, that means if you are opening your heart to false Mahajans, then they will teach you wrong things. That's what we are doing in our school textbooks, right or not? Isn't it? So we hear so many false theories there. And if you open your heart to the true Mahajans, then you develop faith in the Lord through that association, then you purify your heart, go back to God, you become a swan in your life. So, two points I have finished, first and second point. Next time when you come, I will start. This is a true association here. Please all of you repeat this. Matchitta madgata prana bodhayanta parasparam kathayantascha mam nityam tushyanti cha ramanti cha. So, my devotees come together and they discuss katha about me and they derive great delight in conversing about me and my leelas, Ramayana, Mahabharata, Bhagavatam. Parasparanu katanam pavanam bhagavad yashaha mitoratir mitastushtis nivrittir mita atmanaha. They sit in a circle like this, like you all are sitting, and they discuss Krishna Katha, and they reinforce each other. They ask, like one person speaks one thing, other person asks questions, and they discuss Katha, by which they develop affection for each other, detachment from sense gratification, and satisfaction in the heart also. And similar verse, Satam Prasanganamam Radheshyamdas, similar verse. So, in this way, by this kind of association, you can overcome contamination of Rajoguna and Tamaguna. Like iron nails are covered with rust, they won't catch magnet very fast. When iron nails are pure, no mud, they catch. Right now we are all covered with mud of bad association. When that bad association is removed, the good association, then we feel attraction to Krishna very fast. So next time you come, see what is the topic? That you will learn next time. With many practical stories and illustrations I'll tell you. Okay? Srila Prabhupada ji, Lord Bhakta ji. Any questions or comments? Any answer? You can do three things. Either you can ask a question, or you can recollect something very striking you heard today, which you remember. Or you can tell some reflection based on when you heard me speak, some reflection came in your mind. You can speak that. Yes. You can start with you and then, yeah. Mike? Like this, you have to hold the mic. Yeah.
Prabhuji actually heard that this is not related to the class, Prabhuji. This is not related to the class.
Is it not the late?
General question.
Okay. I would prefer first from the class. After that, I'll take general. You can go ahead.
Prabhuji, this class is basically that the people you associate with this defines your personality.
Exactly. Very true.
So, Prabhuji, if we want to associate with others and make them also good, that means we first have to be good, right?
That's correct.
And if we want to make ourselves good, self-control, that means chanting is the best method for self-control.
Correct.
So,
and also reading the Prabhupada's books, A, B, C, D. A for associating with devotees, and B for Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam, C for D for devotional diet, and E for engagement in seva. So these 5 things will elevate you. Like you said, you have to become good. By these 5 things, you will become good. And then I told you, when you come across new people who are ignorant, don't take association. What you should do? Give association. Give them Prabhupada's book. Give them Bhagavad Gita. Give them mala to chant. All these ABCD you can give them. Give them association by clarifying the doubts.
Prabhuji, but like I have noticed, if I'm chanting, my mind deviates to other places.
Yes.
So if chanting is a solution to control, like how can I?
Yeah, Krishna says that. Yato yato dishtalati manas chanchalamas tatastato niyamyetat atmaniye vavashamnaye. Heart and mind, when you are trying to chant, the mind wanders. Pull the mind back again to the focus and share it attentively. Like that he says. So, for example, when you are chanting Hare Krishna, if the mind is going, Prabhupada says chant swiftly. Tell me your pace, how you chant, what speed you chant. You can mic.
Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Ram Ram, Ram Ram, Hare Hare.
It's a good speed. The mind won't wander much. If the mind gets into plan making mode, immediately you get up. Get up and you can pace. You can walk like this and chant also. And also when our mind wanders, you loudly chant. Hare Krishna, you chant. Immediately the mind will come. When you chant loudly. Then you can tell the mind, don't go anywhere, just listen here. Yeah.
Prabhuji, one of the 10 offenses to the holy name is to instruct a faithless person in spiritual matters. So, how isn't that giving association?
So what we should do, you should not tell him truths, spiritual truths, beyond his adhikar to understand. Start with basic. You tell things like body and the soul is like driver and the car, no? The car is like our body and soul is like the driver. And matter and spirit difference. These kind of basic things you can start. And with Discovery Yours, of course, you all saw many PPTs. If you tell your 4 or 5 friends, I want to show you a PPT, many will come. Just to share them the PPT and explain to them as you learned. So that gradually you'll find by the time device gets over, many of them will take the bead bag to start chanting. So that we are not giving hi-fi things, we are giving very elementary. So for newcomers, better start with elementary. You can't go and I will tell you about, Radharani or something like that. Better start with basics. Anybody else would like to say anything? Yeah. Any one point from the class you remember, or any reflection, or any question? Who on the mic? Anything striking you remember from the class today? Yeah, you have points? Yes.
Prabhuji, the match formula.
What is it? You can tell me?
M for mercy,
Correct.
A for austerity, T for truthfulness, C for cleanliness, H for holiness.
Very good. Very good. Wonderful. Good. And you can also give me the opposites. What is the opposite of mercy?
For meat eating.
Yes. Opposite of austerity?
Opposite of austerity, intoxications.
And opposite of truthfulness?
Opposite of gambling.
Opposite of cleanliness?
Illicit sex.
Yes. Right. And opposite of holy name is prajalpa. Useless talk. For example. Yeah. Thank you. Very good. Anybody else? You remember a very good thing. Yeah. Yes. Here.
Prabhuji, the point that I liked was that we should give association and not take association. There's no good people in that.
Correct. Very true. That's a very important point. And for that, you have to be very careful. When somebody is speaking useless talk, you can tell him, I'll tell you a nice story. You can tell him story of Mrigari. You can tell him story of Kailash. Or Brahmin and Cobbler. You all know Brahmin Cobbler, right? Story? You have not heard it? In Raja Vidya book it is there. Narada and one Pandit is very proud, whereas Cobbler is very humble. Narada goes to Vaikuntha and comes. He says that Vishnu was putting elephant into the eye hole of a needle. That's it. Yeah. So like you can tell people like this kind of little stories. Or you can tell about Akshay Patra story to them. So when you speak, then they can't speak. So you can stop the prajalpa from their mouth and you can give association. Right now. Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah, Mike.
Prabhuji, if we're trying to give association or teach them the right way, and if they ignore us or don't want it, the best option is to ignore them, right?
Yeah, well, something's what? Before we can speak nice things to them like this, you have to little bit make an assessment of their taste and their mindset. For example, some boys want to connect with you only for academics. You are good in some subject, they want your notes. They are good in some subject, you want their notes. You can exchange notes. Hi, good morning. Here is my notes, here is my notes. That is called as business-like dealing. With boys who are not devotees and not interested in devotion, you be business-like. Don't talk affectionately, deal business-like. Okay, let's talk about academics. Let us talk about career. Let us talk about choice of future studies, departments, things like that. You know, we don't talk of anything personal with such people. But if somebody is pious, he comes to know that you are a devotee. Hey, you read Bhagavad, I also like Bhagavad, he says, okay, come. Then you can talk to them. They have to have little inclination, a spark you find in them. Then you can talk to them. That is why you all have a duty to first of all assess the person before you. Like, don't speak to anyone who has not hired you, it is said. Even Krishna didn't speak to Arjuna until 2.7 verse, Bhagavad Gita, Karpanye dosho pata svabhava. When he said, Shishyaste aham, then Krishna spoke. So somebody shows a little interest, then you can speak. So what we generally do, first you give prasad, you accept prasad. Then you give some Vrindavan mellows, kirtan. Nowadays they can put in flash player, they can hear it. It's very nice, I like it. Then you give Prabhupada's book. Then they take book also. Then you can speak to them. Then DYS you can conduct for them. They took prasad, they took kirtan, they took Prabhupada's book, some coming back, some book, SSR. Then they are fit candidates. They are not? Yeah. Anybody else? Anybody else? 1 point from the class, anybody? Some of them recollected. He recollected nicely, he recollected very nice. What's your name? Mahesh. Mahesh and Advait and Praket. Yeah. So 3 of them are recollected. Yes.
Like the Devatas and Asuras.
Mic is on.
Yeah. So like the point of the Devatas and Asuras both have their own motives.
And the main difference between them is?
What do you say? The Devatas always try to serve Krishna, while Asuras always try to ruin Devatas and ruin everyone.
They are opposed to Lord's plan. Very good. Thank you. Yes.
The leadership styles and management of Lord Krishna, how he is able to uplift the mood of all the others and able to boost them in their endeavors and basically empower them.
Correct. Very true. Therefore, one such mentor is better than entire army. Correct. So he was there to support Pandavas, guide Pandavas, motivate Pandavas. Therefore Pandavas became successful. Yes, to Panduputranam Yesham Pakshe Janardana. When Krishna was there, they all succeeded. Yes. Anybody else?
The swan stays in pure water and drinks pure milk and only does pure stuff, while the crow tries to does not like pure stuff and always ill-treats others and does.
Correct. Kakajan and Hansajan. These 2 categories. Thank you.
There can be like a big gap between personalities and habits between 2 people, and you should choose like who you stay with.
Correct. That's true. You remember trust versus rust, I said. What example I gave? Remember?
Karna and Chalya versus Krishna and Arjuna.
Correct. Thank you. Anybody else? Yeah. Any one example, illustration, point?
Starting it all, that association is not only being with people, but like also understanding, sharing your heart only to the right people.
Exactly. Opening our heart. See, opening our heart is a very vulnerable thing. You know, imagine somebody has a gun with him. You open your shirt and so he shoots. Isn't it? So we cannot open our heart to atheists. We cannot open our heart to fools and rascals and who are opposed to God. So we don't open our heart. Therefore, we associate with those who will actually lit up your heart with torchlight of knowledge. Like the Lord, Arjuna is opening his heart to Krishna and Krishna is lighting up his heart and motivating him and waking up the sleeping soul, isn't it? So we need such kinds of people. Yeah. Yeah.
Rainwater touching ground becomes muddy. So
Mike.
rainwater touching ground becomes muddy. So
Name of the?
rainwater
Rainwater. Pure.
and bad. You should not be in the bad sangha, and you should associate with good sangha.
Correct. So originally we are pure, but we become impure by bad sangha. So we should take good sangha. Very good. Thank you.
One more question. Is basically all bad sangha people fully controlled by Maya and all that?
It's due to Maya only. See, we surrender to Krishna, they surrender to Maya. Like for example, your hero is Krishna. Their hero is some Hollywood, Bollywood actor, actress. If you go to their room, they will have a big poster. You will find that. And they'll be doing puja for them. Correct, no? But why we don't want to have Hollywood actor, actress? Because they are all, heroes become zeros. They get old, the tooth is gone, ears are hard of hearing, their beauty goes away, their strength goes away. So why to have such false heroes? We want to have a true hero who is God, whose opulences never diminish. They are everlastingly oceanic.
Probably people who have good association have a bright future, but people who have bad association have a bad future.
That's true. Thank you. Correct. That's true.
Sorry, in last class we had with you, you said that you would have a self-motivation and discipline PPT also, like class.
I was about to continue that, but I wanted to first do this because I felt this is very important and this becomes a foundation for that. Because otherwise what happens, you learn about that, but in bad association you are dragged back. That's why I am doing this. That will come in the subsequent classes.
Thank you, brother.
Thank you.
We should convert our heart from milk, which can get polluted easily, into butter.
Very true. We should make it like butter, strong, and which cannot be diluted. Very true. Who else hasn't spoken yet? Many have spoken.
So you told the example of you went to a college campus and you went to the college people's houses, and the first person's house, he was a devotee's son. There he asked you a doubt in this chapter, and in the second house you went, he was worshipping Krishna, and the third house he went, he was smoking a cigarette and watching.
Correct. That's true. So in this way, we find boys, depending on their association, they develop their habits, culture, behavior, character, everything. Yeah. Thank you. All are covered, I think, right? Almost. Yeah? Yes.
We spend time with ourselves the most, so if we have good sangha with ourselves, we would turn out to be good.
That's true. What happens, our mind is not pure. From the Purva Janma, we are carrying some impurities also, from the previous life. And in the current life also, we have done some wrong things. So therefore, in case our mind is itself becoming an enemy, then purifying the mind is also important by chanting the holy name, the good sangha. So there is bad association from outside, there is bad association from inside also. So both we have to rise above, both of them. So I am going to leave all of you at the moment for prasadam. You can take. My throat is not very good because of Radheshyam yesterday.
Can I ask it out for you?
Yeah. You got a question? Yeah.
Why do we neglect or ignore the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya? We can know about Mayavadi, although we don't follow Mayavadam, we can know about it, right? Why do we ignore or neglect the teachings of Adi Shankaracharya?
But they are elaborately explained by Prabhupada in Chaitanya Charitamrita in the conversation between Lord Chaitanya and Prakashananda Saraswati. There are 100 pages. You have read that section? You should go to that. I gave a seminar called Achintya Bheda Bheda. I'll just show you. I made a PowerPoint for the. You're seeing this? It's there in my channel also, you'll find. Achintya Veda, if you put. Vedanta doesn't just teach oneness but differentiation too. So we have given what Prabhupada says. We have given Prabhupada. And then we are also telling about different acharyas also, what they say. Examples are given. See Shankara. We study about Shankara, what Shankara says. Advaita Vedanta, philosophy of Sri Shankara, Jiva and God. All this point-wise, elaborately it is discussed there. You can see Srila Chaitanya Mahaprabhu's Achintya Veda. See, Mayavad Sannyas ask why the Lord does not discuss the Vedanta. You go to C.C. Adi Lilasa, chapter 7, Parinambad, Vivartavad, everything is discussed there. See, Chandogya Upanishad, the oneness and non-difference. Vedic, the Katha Upanishad talks about difference. Kshetra Upanishad talks about difference. So you can go through all this. If you want the PPT, I can send it. You write a mail to me.
I saw a lot of ISKCON preachers ignore them, saying keep them aside, they're of no use. Why like that? If we know about Mayavadam, then we can understand about
see, you can hear Mayavadam. See, in Prabhupada's books, he talks about yogis, talks about jnanis, talks about karmis, talks about atheism, everything he talks. First you finish Bhagavad Gita, Bhagavatam and CC once through. Then you can read other books if you want to know more. You finish once through? Which book? Finish 18 chapters of Bhagavad Gita, then go to Srimad Bhagavatam. Because you will get a bird's eye view in Prabhupada's books. Everything is given. Like I showed you just now. Okay? That's Prabhupada ki, Bhakta Vrinda ki. Hey, they take prasad here only or somewhere? Yeah, please give them prasad. Next time.